Hello, goodbye, and hello again. Welcome back to Drifter Carbon and to another Minecraft texture pack review. Today we're taking a look at Simple Cute Texture Pack by Mine North. Now, if you're looking for this one and you get confused because you can't find it, it's called Simple Cute Texture Pack in the shop, but when you're trying to apply it to a world, it may show up as just Cute Texture Pack. The simple part doesn't always show up, so, you know, that may be why. Anyway, it's 990 Minecraft coins, and it is 4 megabytes, so it's not a very big texture pack. Transforms your Minecraft world into an adorable haven with charming entity faces, vibrant pastel-colored blocks, and whimsical textures. New custom GUIs. We will look at the UI later. New sky, cute color blocks, entities, and items made for creative and survival, making every cute moment spent outdoors an enchanting experience. Create by Auratron Design. I think they meant created, but there's no avatars on this one, so we will just go ahead and jump on in. I thought I'd just do one of the cute packs that's in the Marketplace Pass, because I haven't done one of those in a while, so let's go ahead and head to the texture pack review world. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, how this works is I show off all the textures in a pack, and then I give kind of a score and my final thoughts on the pack, starting with things that grow. So here's your baby trees and stuff, and you know, they're fine. They're not like super cute baby trees or anything, but that's all right. Here's the that is kind of a cute oh, the name of those is not coming to me at the moment. Got your mushrooms here. Yeah, fun carved pumpkin and jack-o'-lantern there. It looks like this pack has been updated recently enough to have the pitcher plant and the you know, the sniffer, but it didn't have the pale oak stuff. So not been updated super recently. Here's the other crops and the flowers. There you go. Not a whole lot of detail on some of these things, but they're going for simple. There's a cherry tree, chorus flower. We do have some animation on the nether trees there, so that's nice to see. Here's logs and planks. You can see there's a couple different textures for the logs, but I would have liked to have seen a little more variety with those. There's like 3 textures. Very simple ones. Here's the planks. And no variations on planks. Dirt, sand, gravel, and moss. Yep, nothing too crazy with those. Here's the suspicious sand and suspicious gravel. You can tell how suspicious they are. The sandstone. Got cute little faces and hearts and rainbows and stuff on it. Here's stone and stuff. Looking like they did kind of reuse some of the, well, are these different? I guess they are slightly different from each other. Okay, so that's not a repeated texture then. I guess they just look very similar, other than the colors, obviously. No variations on stone either. I'm just not going to bother checking for variations on stuff in this pack. Polished stone. Here's cobblestones. Bricks. But I do think that, you know, these, like, you can tell what most of those are supposed to be, at least. The bricks. You got a face on that one. Stone bricks, blocks, etc. Okay, we have some things that are different here. Some designs that are unique. We do have very similar designs on a lot of the brick types here, but they've gone in and changed little things about them, so it's not just purely the same design over and over again, at least. Here's glass. Nice and easy to see through the glass. Nothing too crazy there. The wool. Concrete powder. Concrete. Here's terracotta. And the glazed terracotta. Some interesting designs here. Very like low contrast kind of pastel thing going with those. Here's the ores. Yeah, pretty easy to do. Well, this one you might not. Well, I guess maybe you would spot that from a distance. I don't know. It might blend in a little bit more than I would like, but most of these are easy enough to see against the regular stone. Same with the, well, if you're in the deep slate, you might have a hard time seeing the coal, but once it's right in front of you, you'd be okay. Amethyst. There's the amethysts. Random lonely magma block. Does have a little bit of animation. Here's the wet and dry sponge. You can tell which is which. Light sources. Very pastel light sources. Everything is pastel. Oh, looks like this hasn't been updated since the trial chamber stuff was added, unfortunately. Campfires. Here's miscellaneous light sources. Kind of fun to have some animated light sources. That's always nice. Here's the signs. Oh, this is fun. Yeah, they did some cute things with the signs. I do worry that they might be hurting the readability of some of these, actually. Hold on. Test. Yeah, that makes... Okay, so when you're designing signs, you want to kind of have... You don't want too much contrast, too much like black... if you're going to have black text, you don't want black designs, dark designs behind them. So that is a bit of a problem. Go ahead and get rid of those. Yeah, but they're cute. They're definitely cute, and as long as you're only typing on the top line, you're fine. But I do feel like that's a little bit of an issue. Here's the hanging signs. Same story. They look like the regular signs. Monster spawner has a creeper face on it. Fences and gates. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Dried kelp block. Here's diamond, lapis, gold, emerald, and redstone blocks. Yeah, you know. Some cute little designs. Like they've got like diamonds on the diamond block and stuff. And the emerald block looks like an emerald. So, you know, simple designs, but these work. Raw copper, gold, and iron. Here's the lodestone, prismarine, the slime. There's honey, hay bale, bone block. Here's the quartz. Yeah, these are usable quartz. Copper, the trial chamber stuff is too new, but here's the regular copper. Funny how this one particular version of the copper, this stage of the oxidization process is very more contrasty. The ladder, here's the doors. We'll just focus on the bottom row here. Yeah, some cute doors. I think those work, and a lot of them have windows. You know. There you go. So those are good doors. Here's trap doors. Yeah, I think that these are pretty good trap doors. Bookcases, etc. Go ahead and look at this. Looks pretty standard. The enchanting table. Here's beds. Looks like there's one pattern for all of the beds, just different colors. But it's a cute enough pattern. It's like you've got flowers on your pillowcase. Crafting tables and villager job tables. Pretty standard, pretty close to normal. They're just kind of different colors. I gotta take it back. The crafting table does have like flowers on it. So they did some little differences and stuff, but most of these they just kind of made them darker. Here's furnaces. Anvils and grindstones. You can definitely tell how damaged your anvil is. Cauldrons. There's lava and a potion. The chests all have hearts. You can tell which one is trapped. Very, very definite which one is trapped. Ender chest has like flowers on it. The barrel. Jukebox and note block. Let's set off a firework. There you go. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. Wind charge is too new. Hold on. I have a happy gas spawn egg in my inventory still. What was in this spot before? I don't know. Maybe the sword. I don't know. Whatever. Well, we'll stick a pickaxe in there for now. While I'm thinking about it, this pack has. No, hold on. I need to go to nature. Look at. Okay. These look like the default. Oh no. Okay. So some of the spawn eggs are just their old ones, but some of them are the custom ones from the pack. So that's kind of it's inconsistent here. But the ones that are custom are cute. They need to come back in and update this pack with the with their custom spawn eggs over the new defaults. Empty armor stand, beacon, the bell. Here's iron bars. Let's look at paintings. Top two rows are too new. Kind of a hanging sword on the wall there. That's fun. They're going for a cutesy pixel art style with these. Yeah, I think these fit the style that they're going for. It's like a jar with maybe it's like it's supposed to be a pill bottle or something, but no, I guess it's like just like a jar with a space sticker on the front for some reason. Item frames. Here's rails. Yeah, you can see that the special rails are easily identified. Here's mine carts, things in mine carts. That's what the TNT looks like. There's a sheep in the minecart. Apparently the sheep are fully dyed. That dyes their faces too, which I don't like. Redstone stuff. We'll look at animals later. Here's the redstone stuff. They went with cutesy faces and stuff. Okay, pottery. Yeah, they redid the designs on the pots. That's fun. Cute. Some of those are too new. Here's scaffolding. Here's banners. No real pattern on the banners. Ooh, the boats are cute. They actually have like fully decorated boats here. That's nice. That's an extra added bonus. Like, boats are usually not that exciting in texture packs, but I feel like in this pack they've done some fun things with them. The tuff is not, the tuff is too new. Trial stuff is too new. Resin stuff is too new. Here's the target. Here's the mob heads. And the dragon egg. All right, let's look at the armor. Looks like they do have custom armor here. That's kind of strange. The leather armor, it's like the helmet just isn't showing at all. That's weird. Maybe it's no, I don't know why that's happening. And the shoes, it's like just two little bars. Are they supposed to be like sandals? I don't know. That's kind of a strange iron armor there. Gold, diamond, netherite. I mean, these are not particularly exciting, I guess, but it's nice to have some custom geometry and stuff on the armors. They're very, very simple, but I think the netherite probably is the best looking one here. Here's the elytra and the shield. Nothing too crazy. The turtle helmet is like a hood, or like yeah, like you know, like one of those cutesy like PJ hoods or whatever. The bow has kind of an interesting design to it. It's unusual. It's like the string is always drawn or whatever. I'm not sure what's going on there. Mace is too new. Here is amethyst armor trims on iron armor. Here we go. Looks like these are. I think these might just be. No, maybe I don't know. I think these are just the default armor trims. They look like it. Maybe they're custom and they just look very similar. But no, because yeah, I think those are all just the normal armor trims. Here's items, starting with weapons and tools. It is nice that there's different designs for each of the weapons and tools. They're all a little different from each other. That's cool. I feel like that adds a level of fun to it, because when you upgrade your tool set, you're getting a different design. It makes them feel more special. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, the compasses and the clock are totally busted. You get 4 compasses for the price of 1, man. How could you complain about that? I don't know. Anyway, a little bit of instability there. Need to update this pack to fix some things. I should make a note of that. I should mention that in my summary at the end. The horns are kind of facing downward for some reason. The horse armors. Here's potions. You do have different designs on the different kinds of potion. Here's foods. This is all cute enough. They're going for cute. Funny pufferfish. Yeah, I think that these items look all right. There's the music discs. Need to come in and add the new music disc that just came out as well. Things in buckets. Here's minerals. Various other miscellaneous items. Yeah, I think that the designs on the items and stuff work fine. You know, I would like to see them update this so we can see what some of the more recent stuff looks like. But just mainly the main issue is they need to fix the handheld, like the compass and the clock there. That's definitely an issue. Also, let's go ahead and look at the UI and the sky real quick. Didn't do anything terribly crazy with the menu. It's just pink. But the item bar down here is kind of cool. I like that. That's a really good item bar. Nice and easy to tell what item is highlighted and stuff. And it's got a cool little design there. Not sure I would immediately assume that this was a cute texture pack if all you showed me was the item bar, but that's fine. It looks nice. Oh, I'm noticing that the crafting table actually has different designs on different sides of it. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. Anyway, here's what a bench or a couch would look like. That's a water cooler. Here's the nether portal. It has kind of that swirly thing going for it. Let's look at the sky. Okay, here's what the sky is supposed to look like in this pack. When I initially recorded this video, it like I recorded it during a very small window of time in which custom skies just weren't working in all texture packs. But that's what the daytime sky looks like, and I'll also show you what the nighttime sky looks like. Okay, here's what the nighttime sky looks like. You see the moon rising over there. The sun looked very similar to the moon. It was just like a yellow circle or whatever, very large, like the moon is. That's what the skies look like in this pack. So just ignore the fact that the skies don't look like this in most of the review. Just wanted to show off the skies at some point, so I went ahead and stuck them here. Look at the mobs. Okay, so we have another pack where the farm animals are default. Minecraft really needs to fix that. Or I guess maybe just texture packs need to update now that that issue is happening. Because ones that just came out and ones that have been updated recently, that problem doesn't happen. Here are the bees. They look like the normal bees. They're just blushing. The sheep. Get over here and look at the sheep. There you go. Cute enough, but I don't like when a sheep's entire body, including their face, is dyed when you dye the wool. I feel like any part of the sheep that's skin should just still look like sheepskin. And whoa! Oh no! The wolves are not working. Let me make a note of that under mobs. Wolves broken. Broken wolves. Oh no. Yeah, that's unfortunate. For a cute pack, you want to be able to see your dog, right? So that's quite unfortunate that they need to fix that. The polar bear. Yeah, cute polar bear. They kind of have like black ears and stuff and black toenails. Here's the ocelot. Interesting. Kind of got a different pattern going on it. The cat. These mobs so far are not super high detail, but the cats are cute. They have some nice patterning going on. Here's the mushroom. It looks default. The bat appears to be the modern default bat. The parrots. Looking at the birdies. They're a little bit pastel. Otherwise, they look pretty similar to normal. The rabbit. Here's the llamas. I did add in some, changed up the llamas a little bit, where I gave some of them carpets. You know, they're blankets. You just stick a carpet on them to do that. But they have like custom designs and stuff sometimes, so I'm trying to show that off. That's what the llamas look like. They do have like hearts and stuff on the sides of their fur sometimes. Here's the horses. Nothing too terribly crazy with the horses and horse armor. The donkey and mule look very similar to each other, just different color. Skeleton horse and zombie horse. Appears to just be a green horse. Nothing skeletal or zombie about it other than the color. There's the tropical fish. They look pretty standard. The cod. Have a different looking cod here. They're much darker than usual. Pufferfish. Watch the pufferfish puff up. They kind of have a shocked expression on their face when they're puffed up. The salmon, yes, I pronounced it that way on purpose. They have little blushing faces. I'm not sure a salmon can blush, but whatever. The dolphin has like seaweed on it. That's interesting. That's kind of different. So some of these mobs have something different going on with it. The sea turtle. The panda. Get over here and look at the panda. Kind of a cute neutral face on the panda. Here's the fox. And the creeper. The creeper has like heart motifs built into its chest, and it has blushing face. The Enderman, I'm gonna have to find one. Here they are. The Endermen have little I Heart You shirts on. So they did something different with the Endermen. There's the silverfish. It has more of a face than usual. It has like eyes and blushing cheeks. All the mobs have blushing cheeks, apparently. Even ones that probably shouldn't, like the skeletons. Hold on, does he have... Well, let me look at the right side of its head. Yeah, they have like flowers above where their right ear would be. Hold on, did the... So when the texture pack was working properly, the pigs had flowers on their heads as well, but the pigs are default right now because of that Minecraft glitch. But some of the mobs have like flowers in their hair or whatever. Here's the stray. The slime do have faces. It's just a little harder to see. Spider and cave spider. Very difficult to see the cave spider back there. There it is. Okay. The zombies. Cute enough zombie, I guess. What's supposed to be on its shirt? Is that just like a pocket, or is that a... I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. The bogged is too new. Here's the husk. Looks very similar to the zombie. The drowned. Hold on, get around here where we can see him. At least the drowned isn't just a reskin or a recolor of the zombie. They actually have a different design there. Here's the squid and glow squid. There you go. Only one color of squid. Here's the witch. Yeah, that's what they look like. The guardian and elder guardian look pretty normal to me. Oh, hold on. The elder guardian, can we get it to face our way? Oh, now he's facing the other way. Of course. Typical. You stay put, buddy. Okay, it does have blushing going on under where its cheeks would be if a guardian had cheeks, which it does not. The endermite has a cute little face on it. Magma cube is completely normal. That's the default magma cube. Here's the strider. They have a cute little face and like rainbow hair. And kind of a funny little mouth on them. The zoglin, zombified hoglin, does not look zombified, actually. I'm wondering if that looks any different from the regular hoglin. But this is a cute pack, so a lot of cute packs tone down the graphic nature of the zombies. Here's the zombie piglin and the zombie piglin brute. They have little shirts on. Here's the goat and the axolotl. There you go. They have nice big eyes. The allay. They have big eyes too. The frog. He's giving us the side eye. Gotta spawn in a wandering trader. Get out, show llamas. We have llamas on top of each other here. Or is that llama just glitching out? No, that is in fact 2 llamas. There we go. That was weird. But that's what the wandering trader looks like. Hold on, let's get a better look at its face. Looks like a normal wandering trader just wearing pink and has a blushing face. The camel doesn't look dramatically different or anything. The blaze. See if we can see the blaze's face. Turn over this way, Blaze. Oh, it's a happy Blaze. It's smiling. The ghast has hearts on its cheeks. The we have the recently added happy ghast stuff added now too, but that's not going to be custom because that just came out. This pack hasn't been updated in a while. Here's the started to call them Striders, the Shulkers, Vindicator, and Evoker. Do they have different eyebrows? No, I guess the eyebrows are the same, but they have different eyes. So at least they are slightly different from each other. They're not just identical heads on slightly different bodies like some packs. Here's the villagers. Looks to be one villager face, just with different accessories. There you go. That's what they look like. Nothing too crazy, nothing too special. Zombie villagers all seem to be facing the back today. There we go, there's one. There you go. The Phantom. Hold on, does it have... I think it might have... No, it just has circles on its back, not hearts. The Pillager. There you go. The Ravager. Kind of a cute enough Ravager, I guess. The mobs... I feel they could have done more with some of the mobs. Like, some of the mobs are great. Like, these iron golems have a very cute design to them. And you can tell how damaged they are when they're damaged. That's good. But, like, I wish that they did more stuff like this with more of the mobs. Gave them little outfits or whatever. Because I feel like they could have done more. And then some of the mobs just look pretty similar to how they would normally, just with blushing cheeks or whatever. But here's the snow golem and snow golem with its pumpkin carved off. It has a smiley face. Here's the sniffer, the newest mob in this pack. Has hearts on its back. Yeah, the armadillo is default. Here's the warden. It has a happy design to it and hearts on its chest. Cute enough warden. Breeze's too new. Here's the wither. Wait for it to stop doing its spinny dance. That's what it looks like. It's nice and bright. Big smiley face wither there. And the creaking is, of course, too new. So I think the mobs were pretty good, but I would have liked them I would like to see them take more chances with some of the mobs. Some of the designs, they played it pretty safe, just like made them blush or whatever. But I do think that they did a good job with some of them. They made some of them look dramatically different than usual, and some things have like bigger eyes or different faces, so they have some things going on for them. Okay, let's go check out the Nether. Yeah, the Strider is probably one of my favorite mobs in this pack, I would say. Okay, off to the Nether. Alrighty, here we are in the Nether. You can see that some of these nether blocks have like borders around them. Makes them look more square than usual. Here's the regular hoglins. Okay, so the zombie hoglins just don't have their mohawk. That was the main difference between them. Maybe their eyes were different, but they look pretty similar to the zombie ones. Maybe their skin was a slightly different skin tone too. Respawn anchor. Nice little animated swirl on the respawn anchor there. Here's the piglins. We do have more than one piglin design. Love to see that. Come on, face over this way, piglin. Okay, so it's mostly the accessories. Like, so this one, they're both wearing the same shirt, but this one has shoulder pads and the bracelets and stuff. And different color shorts to indicate that he's a brute, I guess. Let's try to find a ghast so we can see them better without the cage. All my ghasts have flown the coop. Where'd you go, ghasts? There's one. There you go. Okay. Yeah, they look different enough because they've got the hearts and stuff. Oh, yeah, I need to not forget about the broken wolves. I did make a note of that. Because that's kind of an important mob in a cute pack, because if you care about cute animals, then you're gonna want your dog to work. Here's what this biome looks like. So I think the nether looks pretty good. A little bit of an animation on the lava there. So there you go, and the nice animated trees. Okay, let's go check out the Stronghold Below template world. All right, here we are in the Stronghold Below template world. Anyway, if you want a world like this one that's very similar to this one, with the stronghold right about here, when you're creating a new world, next to where you would input a custom seed, there's a template button, and this one is called Stronghold Below. I'm gonna fly around here and look at the villager houses. I think that these villager houses look pretty good in this pack. Yeah, cool. Let's fly this way. Here's a composter. That's what the composter looks like. Fly out this way so we can see the abandoned village with its cobweb. Here's a cobweb. You might be wondering, why don't you just stick a cobweb in the other world? Well, then I wouldn't have an excuse to fly out this way and look at these builds and stuff too. Here's a ruined portal. Definitely can tell the difference between the crying obsidian and the regular obsidian there. They kind of contrast with each other a lot. Here's the old pig house. Not very many pigs left. They've all some of them have wandered off. There's a couple of pigs left. They still go in their house sometimes. Fly back over here and we will jump into the stronghold. I think the blocks are pretty usable though. Like the overworld looks fine. Stronghold looks good too. Let's go ahead and throw out, oops, didn't mean to close the door. That's what the particles look like on the bottle of enchantment and the EXP orbs. Drink a potion of strength so we can see the swirlies. Pretty standard swirlies. Blowing the goat horn looks a little weird, but is otherwise unchanged. Here's reloading the crossbow. You can see the swirlies on that one too. Sword looks pretty good in your hand, I would say. So we will go ahead and light the portal over here. There we go. That's what the end portal looks like. And we are on the end. There's kind of a black or gray end void there. Here's the Endermen up close. What they look like. Something biting me again. Here we go. Let's look at the end crystal. That's what they look like. Just have kind of a circle on them. And the Ender Dragon. We have to wait for it to fly back around so we can get a better look at it. Doesn't look dramatically different from default though. I guess it's got like a different scale pattern on it, which is cool. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's got a nice scales and stuff on it, so they kind of did a little bit of something with that. All right, so what are my final thoughts on this pack? Well, I do think that this is that they succeeded at being cute with this one. I thought the blocks were cute enough. I thought they were nice and cute. The signs were a little bit difficult to read. I liked that they had fun little designs on all the different signs and stuff. That was a nice touch, but in the process, they kind of made it to where you couldn't read stuff if you as easily from a distance if you have more than one line of text. I thought that the boats were extra special as well. Nice decorative boats. They looked dramatically different from each other and had fun little patterns and decorations and accessories and stuff. So that was nice. I thought that the items were nice. They had different tools. Always love when a pack does the thing where all the different versions of a tool have a different design going for them. You're always going to get some bonus points for that. I did think that the items were sufficiently cute, but they did have a broken compass and clock. Like the compass and respawn compass and the clock were all bugging out and like rendering 4 of them instead of 1, except on one specific frame on the compass. So they definitely need to fix that. As far as the mobs go, I thought that they had cute designs for the most part, and some of them just blush, but they did have some mobs with fun little custom extras, like the Enderman having t-shirts, I Heart You t-shirts and stuff. So they did a pretty good job with most of the mobs. I did notice that the wolves were completely broken. They're just like completely white with no details, so they definitely need to update this pack to fix it. It would be nice to see them update it with the trial chamber stuff and some of the more recent stuff, the Pale Garden stuff, and now of course the Happy Ghast and stuff from the new update. But anyway, mobs were fine. The UI, I thought that the item bar was great. So it has that going for it. And as far as the dimensions go, I thought that the nether looked good and the end looks fine. You know, I would have liked to see maybe a little more done to make the Ender Dragon special, make it like, you know, I don't know, make it cuter. And as always, there is also, you know, the price is also a factor when you're buying a pack. And this one is 990 Minecraft coins. And I do feel like that might be a little bit steep for this one. Like, I feel like with this one, I would have felt more comfortable in recommending it if it had been more like 660 or something Minecraft coins, somewhere around there. Just 990 Minecraft coins seems like a lot, because you can get like a mashup pack for that, or you can get some of the fancier texture packs and stuff for that much. So, you know, I don't know. That's something to take into consideration as well. Okay, if they went back and fixed some of the issues that I discussed, the wolf, the compass, the clock, you know, maybe the signs, like maybe fade the signs a bit or something, make them a little softer so that the text shows up better on top of it, so that you're not having black on black that way with the signs, then I feel like this would be a 4-star pack, in my opinion. I do think that I am gonna have to give it something more like a 3.6 or 3.7. We'll say 3.7. because of some of its issues. You know, so that's simple cute texture pack, and I do feel like they are going for the cute texture pack thing, right? And I do think that there are some competitors that you might want to take a look at as well. Some ones that I've covered, like, let's see, it was JoliCraft, I think, was also 990 mine coins. And I thought that the mobs in JoliCraft were a lot cuter, and they have like custom geometry and stuff too. So that's always gonna be a nice you know, added value. Like I would recommend that you go back and watch my JoliCraft video. There were some issues with it as well. The readability of the blocks might have been a little bit lower, but I do feel like it's definitely the cutest pack. Well, I don't know about definitely. Cute is subjective. It is certainly one of the cutest packs that I've seen. There's also JoliCraft. We'll type in JoliCraft. Okay, apparently it's Jolly with an I. Okay, it's Jolly with, is it Jolly with one L and an I? It is. Okay, and I believe it's also, I purchased this one with money, so it doesn't say how much it was, but I'm pretty sure it was 990 Minecraft coins as well. And it was of a similar vintage where it doesn't have some of the newer stuff either, but all of the blocks and the mobs have this really cute like cartoon or like comic book style that I think you'd enjoy as well. So go ahead and check out my video on that one. It's a real looker of a pack. And the mobs are all very cute and have a lot of personality in their faces and stuff. So yeah, I would recommend looking into those two as well. If perhaps you don't feel like Simple Cute was the pack for you, that's a couple of alternatives for you to consider. All right, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. That's my big goal for the channel. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this, if this helped you. And comment down below what you thought of the pack. What did you think about the textures and the mobs and so forth? Yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you next time. Peace. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Drifter Carbon was filmed in front of an undead studio audience.